David Ducker coming back at you, and today we're going to be talking about the Bright Order of Flame. I've already done my video on the Amber Order of Beasts some time ago, and I said I would do them all, so I'm going to try to get around to that now. So these are the Schools of Magic from Warhammer Fantasy 2nd edition. It's the best magic system I've seen, both in terms of the rule set, although it's not terribly difficult to find good magical rules, but mainly in terms of fluff and flavor and description. So number 2 on the docket, the Bright Order of Flames, the pyromancers, the red wizards, and their school of magic is fire, is heat, is light. Although there is a school devoted to white light, but this is the red-orange glow of fire, of flame. So, just like the Amber Order, the Bright Order has their own philosophy. They want to watch the world burn. They want to watch people burn, animals, buildings. They are destructors. They must destroy, rend, eviscerate, render unto ash that which is ashes due, and that is everything, because everything burns. So they tend to be very angry individual, channeling their hate, their rage into the fire. These also tend to be the combat wizards, the eldritch knights, if you will, who rush forward, who will wear armor, who will wield weapons, especially two-handed weapons, so they can lay a harder beat down. The power that they command is to be used offensively, to offend others, preferably on the battlefield. If not, we've seen acts of murder, of terrorism, of torture. The Bright Order, they are kick-ass, they are badass, despite the fact that they're wizards. Usually you think of wizards being small, weak, frail, maybe quiet. These guys are loud, they're in charge, they're nonconformist, they are confrontational. That's what they're all about, getting up in your face. And of course they command that flame, whether that's to wreathe themselves in flame, their weapons in flame, to spray the fire, to throw it and watch it rain down, to cause you to spontaneously combust, to heat their hand up to the point where they can brand their hand into your body or cauterize wounds. So that's a potential healing spell they have, is to cauterize wounds that are still bleeding. I believe they also have some facility with smoke, although not much. Mainly the generation of smoke, not the manipulation of smoke. And they usually wear red, so you can identify them quite easily. I usually run them as having a dagger as their kind of bound object, their focus, and their prime. And because that's an offensive weapon, it's small. It's not something that's going to get in their way. They can still move fast. Everyone has a dagger anyway, but it's also something that can deal damage, which is what they're all about. Some members might have a sword, maybe even a scimitar, if they find some relationship between the curvature of the blade and the curvature of a flame. As far as material components, we've given them smoke and flash powder. So this explosive effect every time they use their powers. These guys are flashy, they're bright, you know when they're coming, you know when they're doing their business, they have nothing to hide. So just like the Amber Order, they have their familiars, and that's very important to them. With the Bright Wizards, they have that flash powder. They can use it in different proportions, they can mix different ratios together, they can flash it off in a bowl. Some carry a small just brass bowl to light that off with, to burn certain ingredients, to get the smoke or the flame to get a certain hue or color. You can mix that powder into a fire. If there's a fire already burning, you can throw that in. You could have potentially a torch. Matches would be something that they might be able to manufacture, even in a medieval setting. Obviously, because they're made by hand, they'll be very expensive, but perhaps they could make those. So that's basically it. They're in many ways the most simple. You need a battle mage. You contract a bright wizard. If you can deal with someone who's that badass and that kick ass, and you can order him around without being in fear for your life, get a bright wizard. You need a bodyguard. You need an assassin, a terrorist. Get a bright wizard, because they have found a way to focus their rage and their hatred, to let it out and expel and explode. It's cathartic for them. That way they don't hold the flame inside and burn themselves up from the inside out. They know they need to release and put that pain onto others rather than keep the pain for themselves. They want to share. So bright wizards can be a lot of fun. They can, veer into being two-dimensional, perhaps the least complicated of all the schools. But that doesn't mean they're not fun to have around. So let me know how you do bright wizards in your game. And until I see you again, a good day and good gaming.